In the Gold Prayer Book, let's see, please turn to page 34. And if you have the white binder, please turn to the first page titled Kadampa Center Prayers. And we'll start by chanting Shakyamuni Buddha's mantra 3 times. Te ata om mune mune maha munaye soha. Te ata om mune mune maha munaye soha. Te ata om mune mune maha munaye soha. And now the Medicine Buddha stanza and mantra. And if you have the white binder, it's on the blue sheet. Bhagawan with equal compassion for all, whose name when merely heard dispels the suffering of the lower realms, dispeller of disease and the 3 poisons, I prostrate to Medicine Buddha lapis lazuli. So let's do chant 7 mantras. Te ata om bekanze bekanze maha bekanze bekanze raja samugate soha. Te ata om bekanze bekanze maha bekanze bekanze raja samugate soha. Te ata om bekanze bekanze maha bekanze bekanze raja samugate soha. Te ata om bekanze bekanze maha bekanze bekanze raja samugate soha. Te ata om bekanze bekanze maha bekanze bekanze raja samugate soha. Te ata om bekanze bekanze maha bekanze bekanze raja samugate soha. Te ata om bekanze bekanze maha bekanze bekanze raja samugate soha. Now the 4 measurables in English 3 times. May all sentient beings have happiness and the causes of happiness. May all sentient beings be free from suffering and the causes of suffering. May all sentient beings be inseparable from the happiness that is free from suffering. May all sentient beings abide in equanimity, free from attachment for friends and hatred for enemies. May all sentient beings have happiness and the causes of happiness. May all sentient beings be free from suffering and the causes of suffering. May all sentient beings be inseparable from the happiness that is free from suffering. May all sentient beings abide in equanimity, free from attachment for friends and hatred for enemies. May all sentient beings have happiness and the causes of happiness. May all sentient beings be free from suffering, causes of suffering. May all sentient beings be inseparable from the happiness that is free from suffering. May all sentient beings abide in equanimity, free from attachment for friends and hatred for enemies. I'll turn the page to 37, and we'll chant Chenrezig's mantra 8 times, and he's the Buddha of great compassion. And then Green Tara's mantra 7 times. She's the deity of enlightened activity. Om mani padme hum. 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 Om tare tu re soha. 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 Om Taritu Taritu Re Soha. Om Taritu Taritu Re Soha. Om Taritu Taritu Re Soha.
So we're going to start our program a little bit differently this morning. Christy, where are you? So we have a couple of special thank yous going on, and then we're going to have a group photo. So I hope you all fluffed today.
So the last week was our last class for children for the winter and spring program, and then we have this kind of in limbo because a lot of people with children during the month of May are dealing with the end of programs, end of school, and they get really busy. And so we offer something called family Dharma discussions. So after we're done with the group photo, if you want to come out with me, I'm going to help lead you guys in an intention and then talking about some of the things like how do we put Dharma into practice in our school. So, thank you. So that's what we'll do for the month of May. And then in June, we start our summer program that's led by Vivian and Dorothy, which is hands-on 16 guidelines, art-based program. So I hope you guys all get to see some of the artwork that the kids make by the end of the summer. But the volunteers have been here week after week, leading multiple children in classes since January. So we just want to take an opportunity to say their names out loud and offer them a thank you, and even if they're not here. So I want to recognize Shannon, Dorothy. If you guys want to just stand up when I say your name. Vivian, Lori, Echo, Annalisa, Kelly, Colleen, Jory, Aaron, Sue, Sarah, Tim, and Andre. Thank you very much. Your commitment to the next generation's exposure to the Dharma is so helpful to these kids, and by extension their parents and their teachers and their friends and all the sentient beings they come in contact with. Thank you very much for making a positive impression in their life. And Geshe-la has a gift for you if you want to come up. Yes.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Then these will make it to everybody else as they
Thank you very
come.
much. Here, look here. Thank you.
Okay. Now here's an example of how we benefit from each other, because Christy did that so much more beautifully than I was going to do it. So I'm going to learn from her. And I have a slightly longer list too, so it's even better that she did this really efficiently. So I'm Donna. I'm the spiritual program coordinator. And we have a really, really full calendar of spiritual programs at every level. We couldn't hope to do this without scads of people who volunteer. It really is a demonstration of what Geshe-la tells us all the time, that Kadampa Center is us. And so we want to thank the people who really contribute a lot. There are also people who contribute in smaller ways, but these are people who really have roles where they consistently come and help with spiritual programs. So I want to thank our teachers for discovering Buddhism, and if you will also stand when I call your name and maybe kind of start moseying toward the front so you can get your gifts from Geshe-la. So we have Robbie Watkins, who's also our center director for life. Don Brown. Hemant Pandya, who is new to teaching Discovering Buddhism and has just brings a lot to it. Steve Smith, who is not here today. And then our program assistant for Discovering Buddhism is Linda Saw. And she's the logistics master who coordinates everything and makes sure that all the materials are there and everything that happens. And then we have our introductory courses. So our course leaders are Sandy Carlson. Sandy also takes care of our Sangha members when we have programs going on, and she's got this wonderful personality that really brings things to light. Karen Mastriani, who also teaches Buddhism in a nutshell. She has the wisdom of being around for a long time. Patty Pandya, who helped us pioneer offering this class during the daytime. And she just completed a Buddhism in a Nutshell daytime course. And Patty also does a lot to help with Sangha care. Elise Strevel, who does a whole lot in other ways. Come on up, Elise. Don't give me that look. And Jim Sutoris, who I also don't see here today. And then our Meditation 101 class. We have Venerable Lamo, who also leads the meditation circle on Sunday mornings and she's the chant master, and she helps me in so many ways. She's really wonderful. David Mackless, who's not here today, Andre Smith, and Jill Marie, who's really dedicated to meditation so much that she also leads the first Saturday meditation and coordinates that whole course. And then we have our program assistants for the introductory courses, Sherry Harmon, who's been doing this for quite a while, Hetty Hollyfield, who's also helping with Light of the Path planning, Susan Daniel, who is also helping with Light of the Path planning and is a rock when it comes to that. And then Julie Lewis has been a program assistant for Geshe Sangpo's classes and practice sessions. And then for the Sunday meditation circle, our big helpers for Venerable Lamo are Mike Flaherty and Gary Mickey. Wake up, Mike. Then we also have our visiting teacher coordinators who do, they really carry the water for us for visiting teachers and do a lot of work. And that is Susie Boehm. Linda Saw also helps with that, and Laura Carballo has just joined that group, and I don't see Laura this morning either. And then when Geshe Gelek isn't here, we have Geshe Sangpo, of course, and he's not always able to be here and lead Sunday programs. And so we have senior students who have really stepped up and offered some really exciting and stimulating programs on Sunday mornings. And those they include Karen Edwards, Denise Flora, and then we have holy days and holidays several times during the year, and these are always very special programs that take some planning and coordinating. And our helpers, our volunteers for that are Patrick McGinnity and Lori Robbins. And then we have a team that comes in. They're quiet, like little mice, but welcome mice, who come in and keep our altar and Kadampa clean. And these are Sandy Mitchell and Neely Wong, who has also been helpful with Sangha care. So come on up, Neely. And then, of course, not everybody is able to be here physically for the teachings, but they don't want to miss out on it. And we are able to reach them thanks to the dedication and the technical expertise of our wonderful media team, Chris Baranski and Brian Dyer.
Thank you, Chris. Thank you, Brian.
And then,
Thank you.
last but far from least is my right hand, my co-planner, my analyst, my person who keeps me organized and says, "What about this? You forgot about that?" But in the nicest, kindest way, and has really, really helped me with the task of being spiritual program coordinator. And that's our dear Erin Sloan.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you. Thank you very much.
I forgot to thank Adriana.
Mm.
Okay. Donna, may I thank one more person?
Oh, we need a mic that works. Got a red light on here.
I didn't forget, Adriana, you. I saved you for the last, and when you said last but not least, I thought, Adriana, I didn't say your name because you do teach the children, but you also do the hardest work that I don't ever want to do, which is organize all the adults to show up when they say they're going to show up. And you send out weekly reminders and keep the calendar for all the volunteers, and you've done that the entire year, but especially during the spring and winter, so thank you.
And this is also a day where all of us get to have our moment in the spotlight, because we're going to do something we haven't done for quite a while, which is a group photo with Geshe Gelek. So please come up, and we'll gather around him. We'll rely on our photographer, David, to make sure that we're all in the right place.
Yeah, come. Sit there. Yes, sit here. Hold this frog. Mm. Hold this cat. Sit. Hold this cat. No, hold up.
Let's have the kids in the front. If they want to be next to Geshe. Yeah, if they want to be next to Geshe, that's fine. But would you like to? I can sit down with her. Oh, Mommy. You're definitely in here in this group.
Yeah, I don't know if I'm like quite a tall person or like a child.
Good morning.
No.
Huh?
Just rub your head.
Yeah.
Peek out from each other. Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah. Wait. Good morning. Good morning. So, please need to sit this properly here. Oh, like that. Good morning. So one of the girls gave me this long time ago. So I've been thinking every Sunday to bring it down. Forget, because say be tranquil. Tranquil? Tranquil. Frogs telling me be tranquil. Oi! That's like post stations. Yeah. Maybe please would you mind take maybe 1 minute or a few minutes to introduce to yourself to each other, please.
He's been drinking vodka.
Yeah, so like doing post stations.
Been drinking vodka. Are you ready for your trip?
Oh, yes, yes. Yeah. So what have we been talking last Sunday?
Talk about Wani mantra, compassion, fear of death. And then you asked us, we need to talk about, we need love, how to develop love and compassion, how to overcome death. And then Geshe Sangpo started talking about the 7 limb prayer.
Okay. So today, maybe I would like to are you familiar with 8 verses thought transformations? Maybe we'll discuss a little bit about that. Okay, 8 verses thought transformations. Important of 8 verses thought transformations. You know, so 8 verses thought transformations. Did you find Lamala?
Page 161 in your gold prayer book.
Yeah, of course. The meditation, meditation is very helpful. Meditation is very helpful to shape your thought. Or shape your thought, or transform your thought. Transform your thought, or change your thought. So meditation is very, very helpful if we learn how to meditate. So now, meditation, so in Tibetan word is like gom. So for the sake of knowledge, for the sake of knowledge, next time if somebody asks you what is the meaning or definition of meditations, a Tibetan word is called gom. Basically means think. Then become familiar with that particular thinking. Become familiar with that particular thinking. So 8 verses thought transformation is all about it's like as 8 different types of thought that you can become familiar. Make sense? 8 different way of thinking that one can become familiar in order to get immense benefit to your own happiness, peace of mind. Just like Frog said, be tranquil. How? The question is not how. Even the frog said, or says, or frog says, or said. Said? Frog said, be tranquil. It's a part of the mind. It's nothing to do with the body. It's part of mind. Tranquility is part of mind. So 8 verses, thought transformations, composed by Geshe Taba, one of the Tibetan masters, couple hundred years ago. So there's like Yeah, 8 different types of, eight different ways of thinking how to get immense benefit, okay? So that's what is the eight verses thought transformation is about, to how to handle, basically how to handle the situation when you're dealing with the people. What kind of mindset you should have in order to protect your peace of mind, not just that, in order to change your perceptions. Don't just stuck in your shows just to know how to change your perceptions when you go into the world, how to deal with the people. So the people have their own mindset, own attitude, own way of thinking, own way of seeing things, different interests, different mental inclinations. Of course, they're functioning totally based on his or her own karma. We have no clue. Therefore, we cannot change how to change people. It's not easy. But you can change your mindset. You can change. Then indirectly, there will be a ripple of positive impact on the people. So that's what is that's what is 8 verses thought transformation is all about. So now back to the definition of meditation is to gom, means to think. So then if you dig deeper of the meaning, so then making familiar with certain thought in order to draw benefits, okay? So now, somebody, can you read the first one? Dani simche tamjela ishi nobo lela be tenjo dupe somebody tado cheba zumba shows. May I able to cherish other? May I able to cherish other is like precious, wish-fulfilling jewels.
Determined to obtain the greatest possible benefit from all sentient beings who are more precious than a wish-fulfilling jewel, I shall hold them most dear at all times.
That is very much needed now than ever. A lot of fears. So many unfortunate things happening every corner of the world because of greed, fear, attachment to the power. It's like heartbreaking. So what do? You just say prayer. That's all you can do. Practically, nothing much you can do. Then you pray every day. Hope that there will be some kind of like benefit. Then you yourself make sure you don't do that. When you see people, that you try to see them as like something very precious, regardless, white, black, Asian, Tibetan. Every one of them looking for happiness every single second. Exactly like you do, same thing. So that realization is badly needed. That realization has been badly needed in order to have harmonious, communities, and that people feel safe, people feel good. So then every person's put that 8 verses thought transformations into their day-to-day life practice, the world is going to be different. You're kind of begging that may I able to cherish others like precious jewel. Because of others, I can practice loving kindness, compassion, patience, generosity. Without others, these things are impossible to practice, put into practice. So Shanti Devas, there's different texts. In this text, Shanti Deva said, this text also composed by one of the Indian master called Shanti Deva around 7th century, many centuries ago. This book has been written. Because your own enlightenment, according to these books, I'm not sure which chapter, but it's here, that your ultimate freedom and everlasting happiness is very much dependent on sentient beings and also enlightened beings, equally dependent on both of them. So Shantideva was wondering why you show a lot of respect to enlightened beings and no respect to the sentient beings. Shantideva said, doesn't make sense. So that also needs to be understood. Without other, how are you going to practice loving kindness, compassion, patience, generosity? Impossible. So based on that knowledge, then you cherish other as a precious jewel. Not just today, all the time. Not easy. It's hard. But if we want to see a better world, so then we cannot give up. So we must try to change our perceptions, how we think about other peoples, other traditions, other religions, other cultures. Same thing. Every single person looking for happiness every single second. Is that true? Is that true for you? Yes. Based on that, there's no differences. Oh, that's the first stanza. If you remember this, practice by heart. So first what you do, of course, meditation needs to be done one way or another in order to sink those messages into your heart. You need to do meditation. Without meditations, it will not sink into our heart. You can keep the books right next to your pillow. Doesn't help. Doesn't help. First, if you remember the material by heart, first what you do review meditations. You review them in your mind. So when you become very good at that, when you remember by material by heart, you can review them. Then eventually you can analyze analytical meditations. First review meditations, then analytical meditation, then not just reviewing the word, but contemplating what you're reviewing. So then slowly, then concentration, meditation, when you reach to the aha moment, that's why somebody says in the Wednesday night class, that's how you should, that's Geshe-la, how you should say when you reach to the aha moment. Not sure what that really means. Baby frog knows. Do you know? Something happens when you're dealing with the people, because you are thinking, before you meet with the people, you are thinking, you are reviewing this 8 words, your thought transformation practice. You're reviewing, and your interaction with that person change dramatically. So then you say, aha, probably, oh, that works. That works. Voluntarily, not by, somebody forced you to do. No, it will not work. If somebody forced you to do, it will not work. It has to be voluntary. Voluntary? It has to be, It has to be voluntary. Voluntary. Voluntary? Voluntary, okay. Voluntary. How about downtown? Oh yeah, voluntary. It has to be voluntary. Kando suda robeze dani gule menda shela samata ba chodo chebo zumba shows. Genuinely, sincerely cherishing other, putting up other, putting up yourself, putting yourself up doesn't mean you go up. Is that true? Putting somebody up, maybe there's a way to go up. Put somebody down, there's not a way to go up. Probably you'll go down. That's what it means. Kando suda robeze dani gule menda voluntarily. Dalo kando suda robeze dani gule shela samata ba chodo cheba zumba shows. That is the most important things than any other things are what he says, so much caught up with that Dharma, meanwhile losing the point. The point is peace of mind. If the point is be tranquil, if that's the point. So if that's the point, that's the main things. So then based on that, then the perception needs to be changed. Putting up yourself up doesn't mean you go up. Putting somebody up, maybe there's a way to go up. Putting somebody down doesn't mean somebody will go down. More likely you yourself is going to go down, not necessarily, as I mentioned before, different consciousness, different inclination, different interests, different way of thinking, totally functioning based on karma. You have no clue how you are going to put down someone. It's not easy. So then, Hamla, please read the second one. So how this translated in English?
When in the company of others, I shall always consider myself the lowest of all, and from the depths of my heart hold others dear and supreme.
What do you think about that? Good or bad? Is that reasonable or unreasonable? What do you think? Or something to be skipped? Should we hit the button skip for that or not? That's what we do. So if you don't like, skip. Let's finish. Sincerely, genuinely. That's what it means. Sambataba. Sincerely, genuinely. Now the third one, okay, third.
Vigilant the moment a delusion appears in my mind, endangering myself and others, I shall confront and avert it without delay.
Peace of mind, tranquil mind, calm mind, if that's the principle for you, then how to reach there? There's the question of how to reach that level, how to enjoy that state. Any types of disturbing thought, minute that rise, finish. Tranquil mind, peace of mind, calm mind is gone, is finished. So that is profound meditations. When you analyze your thought, make sure that you don't give any chance to disturbing thoughts to rise. That is the profound meditations. All the time, not just when the weather is kind of raining, like cloudy, then you think when the weather is nice, you forgot, not like that. All the time, all the time you analyze, you watch, you become the watcher of your thought. You don't become the object of your thought. You don't become the object of, watch? The object being watched? Yeah, you don't become the object being watched by your thought. You become the watcher of your thought. You watch your thought all the time. all the time you analyze. You analyze your mind, you analyze your mind. That's the profound meditations. Okay? That is meditation. You don't have to sit down. You may think, oh, meditation, I need to sit like frog. How are you going to sit like frog? I think that's hard to sit one leg under, one leg holding here. I think that's the most difficult meditation positions. The frog is trying to teach. So one leg underneath the, what do you call, butt. That's flat, it's like this, then hand like this. Then one leg bent and holding like, oh, that's very difficult. Not easy, so just forget about that. Even though you don't sit like this, fine. You are doing profound meditation because watching your mind. Oh, can you imagine? That mind 100% supported by clinging so tightly on self, me, you know. We never analyze. We don't bother to analyze. We become so attached right from the beginning, according to the Chandakriti, one of the Indian masters wrote this text called Entering into the Middle Way. In that text, first we become attached to ourselves. All of us. There's no exclusive, nothing's excluded, nothing is included. Every breathing, living beings, right from the beginning, become attached to themselves. That's the nature. Then from there, then mind, my country, my body, my relative, my family, my country, my religion, my tradition, my culture. Then chains of trouble. When you try to analyze, what do you mean that I'm I? What do you mean I? How you define self? How you define self? See? Is this my body? That's what am I? Is my body? Or is my name? Or is my awareness? What is it? What is it? We don't bother to analyze. We just go with the flow. How you define self? How you define self? Everything looks or feels so real, so vivid. When you're trying to analyze, nothing to be pinpoint. Even these things. You can go through shape, you can go through color, you can go through, where's the prayer wheel? There's no prayer wheel. Same like self. So that kind of meditation leads to the practice of shunyata, emptiness, emptiness. Somebody's another. So then doing that meditations, then you will reach to the state that you experience only like, if you experience something, what it looks like space. Space. Beyond word, beyond description, beyond thought. Unborn, unceasing, unborn, what is that? That is shunyata. You cannot express, rely on word. That kind of experience you cannot express. It's beyond word. It's beyond description. It's beyond thought. It's unborn, unceasing. It's there right from the beginning. The nature of mind. You could say Buddha natures. What happens after that, when you come out of that, what happens? You see, of course you see things. You see same things. It's not like, oh, you are not going to see anything. No, you're going to see everything. How you see them now? You don't see them as like very serious things. You don't see them like very absolute, unchanging. No, you see them like illusions. But seeing is no problem. One Lama mentioned the seeing is no problem. But seeing with the belief, that cause problem. Seeing with the belief, that cause problems. Magicians create something. According to text, there's like a little bit that. According to the text, the magicians they describe is different than modern day magicians. Modern day magicians, they trick people based on like how you say. Based on something they use, card or whatever they use, Ancient times, they only need piece of rock. They don't need fancy equipment. They only need piece of rock. They can transform that into elephant. Because they probably, probably do some kind of mantras, and they basically, they mark the territory, like say, okay, 1 mile square, 1 mile square. They kind of like do something. Could be they are keeping some kind of water on their table. That's all the essence is there. So then based on that, they kind of like create the territories. So the minute you walk in, your eyes already been tricked. You are going to see what the magician wants you to see. You are going to see that. If you are out of the boundary, then you may not see anything. You just see people, The minute you walk into that territory, magicians, piece of wood or piece of stone, transform into horse, beautiful horse. What do you see? You see horse. What magicians see, magicians also see horse. What's the difference? Magicians don't believe what he or she sees, but you believe what you see. So because of that, all kinds of emotions rise. Attachment, aversions, like excitement, all kinds of emotions rise. Once you find out there's a piece of wood, all this emotion will just disappear. Even though it seems like very vivid, very real, because there's no, it's just piece of stone. You are hallucinated. Piece of stone and seeing there's a horse, beautiful horse. And all kind of emotions rise based on that. Magicians have no problem with all these emotional things because magician sees but don't believe what he or she sees. So there's one Lama mentioned, I've been reading this text about Shunyata bit by bit, that information is very dense. Very slowly trying to make it sense. Reading makes sense. Seeing is no problem. Seeing is not a problem. The Lama said seeing is no problem, but seeing with the belief. When you're driving on the highway or maybe on the road, somebody cut you up, or you cut somebody up. How is it? You cut somebody up? You cut somebody off. What kind of face do you see the other person shows? Like that kind of face, like all kind of like face, like bad person show all kind of face and say things or then you see that, then you could see this like theater, somebody just acting out. But no, this is very solid, absolute, inherent evil face. Evil face, that's what you see. We don't see it like theater or Dharma. So then based on that, of course, the anger do rise. When anger rises, all the happiness is gone. You yourself completely destroyed. That's what anger does. Yourself is completely destroyed. That's very possible that you could see there's a drama, that's all based on like how you, based on your perceptions. So Lama says seeing is no problem, but seeing with the belief, that causes problems. Just analyze, okay? Don't need to believe right away, no need to accept right away, analyze. Buddha gave us full freedom to analyze whatever he said. We don't have to believe, we don't have to accept out of respect, that's not good. You only accept out of thorough analysis. That's the way to accept whatever Buddha said. Analyze. So now analyze. Oh, I'm so unhappy. Just pause. Analyze. What do you mean, I? Analyze. How you define that I is so upset. Where's that I? Pinpoint. You will not see that I in the body, in the name, in the mind. You don't see. So, that kind of gives you some, how is it, that kind of, make you think rather than just react right away, makes you think. Cholam kundo ranjula toji nimo chemada dashemaru chebena tendadone dobashos. Can you repeat that word again, the last stanza? This is very important. If your principle is like tranquil mind, peace mind, calm mind, so these 8 verses, thought transformation practice will help you dramatically. Dramatically, help you dramatically. First you do review meditation, then you contemplate, then you analyze, then when you reach to the aha moment, then you concentrate. That's how you liberate. That's how you free yourself from the problems. Okay, that's how you free. So I probably was not based on experience. I don't have any experience. Like I don't have any experience. Don't think that I have a whole lot of experience. I have 0 experience. I have no experience at all. But do I do meditation on 8 verses thought transformation? Yes, I do every single day. Every single day I do. Review meditations, I do. Also, no, most of the time I just mumble the word. I just mumble the word. Recite the first stanza. As Dharma simje tamjala ishu nobo lela be tonjo do somebody tato jeba zumba shows the recite the first stanza. They're seeing the squirrels eating your fruit. Interesting. You could say the word, it will not help. If you don't think, you will develop, negative mind will rise. Squirrel, you're seeing squirrel eating your fruit. Based on that, negative mind will rise. Simultaneously, you are saying the word, mean nothing. Nothing. When you think, it means something. When you contemplate, then not just saying the word, you are thinking. Your thought is involved. So then that is when you see a squirrel eating your food, okay. So better, much better. Much better than running outside, turning on the water, catching the horse, trying to chase. This thing will not happen. This thing will not happen. If you are thinking, this thing will not happen. If you don't think, this thing will more likely will happen. So can you repeat the last third stanza? This word, this word is very strong one.
Vigilant, the moment a delusion appears in my mind.
Okay, here, delusions, this is a fancy word. What that means negative mindset. That's what it means. Delusion means negative mindset. That's all. Nothing more, nothing less. Negative mindset. Okay, that's delusion. So,
endangering myself and others, I shall confront and avert it without delay.
I shall convert it.
Confront it.
I shall confront it then.
Avert it without.
What is averted?
Turn it away or stop it without delay.
There's no that word. There's the word of translation is not strong enough. I think. Send up then the double shows. with every effort, make sure that thought doesn't rise. With every effort, that word needs to be emphasized. Tsendap dene dobashu. Tsendap dene dobashu means with every effort to stop that before it rises. So, do you believe now? Not believe, so what do you think? Shouldn't say believe. When negative thought rises, what it does? You can wear rope, it will not protect. That negative thought will not protect by rope. There's nothing to do with rope. It will protect by thinking, different kind of thinking. It will protect. So, regardless, monks, nuns, we are all same. All negative, we all have problems with the negative thoughts. So these 8 verses, thought transformation, is the preparations how to stop them before they rise. With all effort, not just what it says. I think that's not powerful enough. The word is not powerful. Maybe make it more powerful. Tsendap dene dobashu. Tsendap means with full effort. Dene cholam gondo ranjula toje nimu chambada daje maru chebela tsendap dene do toje nimu chambada. Minute negative thought rise before it's like crystal clear water. That's like your mindset is like that. Crystal clear water. Minute the negative thought rise, it all mixed, murky, it becomes like very murky. You can't blame your neighbor, you can't blame somebody else. We like to blame someone. We always like to blame someone. But that will never end. Never end. Ranging imbe, now the sense number 4, ranging imbe, simjan na didu tabi netung, rinjete da traba da nyebakawe chindish. Oh, this is one after another. It's all very, very beneficial if we do meditation on that. It will 100% protect you from any kind of like actions. It's like wild wave in the oceans. You become like rock. You become like rock, wave can come and go, but you sit like rock. If you put into this 8 verses thought from into practice, you become like rock. None of this wild wave of actions of negative thought will not have any impact on your life at all. When you see someone is very unhappy, become very miserable, like screaming, yelling, what else? Kicking something, throwing something. What kind of thought they rise? This is very interesting. Once you find out, that person is mentally not stable, how you react? What is that's called? This is called tourist. Some people say a word again and again. Before you have no idea. So all of a sudden you become like, wow, this is not really nice thing to say in the public. All kind of reactions rise. The minute you realize that person is sick. What kind of mind rise? Is that true? It's nothing to do with the teaching. That's the fact. Once you realize that person is like making all kind of noise, and you find out that person is not mentally stable, or maybe have some kind of disease like that, tourist, you feel bad. Your heart will break. Your heart will break, knowing that, But we don't see anger, all this negative mindset, we don't see that's like disease. That is disease. The person is very much sick with anger, sick. We don't see there's a disease. That's the main point. Ranging ngembe simjan na didu tabe ne rinjete da taba da nyeba ka chinzishos. It's become harder and harder. First one's relatively easier, second one harder. It's become harder and harder. So now the question is what you should do. Oh, my principle is tranquil mind, peace of mind, calm mind. That's my principle, regardless whether you are Buddhist or not Buddhist, believer or not believer. Doesn't matter. We all have mind. It doesn't mean, if you are a believer, you have mind. If you are not believer, you are free of mind. That's not the case. We all have mind, right? That's the fact. So, what is another alternative based on that principle? Tranquil mind, peace mind, calm mind. What is the another alternative when you see somebody's? I say, can you read that?
Whenever I see beings who are wicked in nature and overwhelmed by violent negative actions and suffering, I shall hold such rare ones dear as if I had found a precious treasure.
Doesn't have to be violence, here the word they put in English violent, but in the Tibetan root text, tabu means like powerful problem, not just some kind of problem, very powerful problems, not just problems, So that your word should be, instead of violent, should be like strong, how you say, can you read it again?
Whenever I see beings who are wicked in nature and overwhelmed by violent negative actions and suffering,
overwhelmed by strong, then
negative actions and suffering.
strong negative action, not violent. So that probably not the best choice of word. That's not the best choice of word. Sorry to say, that's not the best choice of word. The best choice of word. To do tapo. Tapo means forceful, powerful, very strong. Emotion rise. People say things, do things, all kinds of things. What do? As a human, what do you do? Not as a Buddhist, as a human, what do you do? If your principle is tranquil mind, peace mind, calm mind, what you should do? Not as a Buddhist, not as a believer, as a human, what you should do? Because you have mind, that mind get hurt, that mind become very unpeaceful, very unpleasant. If your principle is pleasant mind, that's your principle, what you should do? Beside what Geshe mentioned here, what are the another alternative that you should do? So then, can you finish that stanza?
I shall hold such rare ones dear as if I had found a precious treasure.
Is that possible? So I didn't make this up. It's already been taught by Geshe-la. I'm just repeating here. Is that possible? What do you think? Is that possible? Or you can avoid the object. You can go somewhere else. If you can't do that, maybe don't stick with the object. Maybe go somewhere else, do something else. Is that possible? If that's possible, what it does, the question is what it does. Will that protect your peace of mind? Yeah, so you can say our Dharma knowledge, our knowledge about teachings is become like shape of lamp, not animal, but shape of, candle, shape, let's say shape of candle. It looks like candle, but it's not candle. It's like drawing, painting of candle. All our knowledge about bodhicitta, emptiness, renunciation become like that. Painting up candlelight, it looks like candlelight, but it doesn't have illuminations, it doesn't have heat. All here, it's all stored here, nothing here. Like that, like painting up candlelight. When you practice lojong, mind training text, so then all your knowledge doesn't become like painting up candle, it becomes actual candle. Actual candle which has illuminations, which has heat, then your practice will start to work. Okay. So this is called 8 verses, thought transformations, practice composed by Geshe Tabo a couple hundred years ago. It does change your perceptions. It does change your perceptions if you have someone you label as an enemy. Before you are thinking about that person's head to toe is entirely evil. Times goes by, you've been thinking and thinking, slowly that attitude soften, change. You may end up praying for that person. That's very possible. That is very possible. That will definitely happen. In the beginning, no way. Just forget about praying for that person. It's impossible. But that will become very possible. So then when you encounter that person, you see that person, not just imagine it real, face to face. Not like here, but in distant. Not like here, like this. Probably not going to work. From the distance, you still see that person, that you think is evil, your perception will change a little bit. You realize, oh, that person did something, no. But that person is also looking for happiness. So then your perception change, you soften. When it softens, you have more peace. No. Before, the minute you see that person, minute you think about that person, you're just walking like a normal person. And you are doing meditations. See? So much emphasis has been put, oh, when you meditate, you have to sit like this. Maybe. If you want to do serious sitting meditation, do like this. First learn how to sit like this. Doesn't have to be like that. Can be walking around the park, walking in the gym. But meanwhile, nobody knows you are thinking. That's profound meditation you are doing. You get so much benefit. Okay. So, yeah, so all my friends, if your principle is like your tranquil mind, calm mind, peace of mind, so then Geshe Taba has so much to offer. So we do review meditations, analytical meditations. So then, it will change our perceptions. Wherever you go. So, and then if you do that, that is the most success that we created having this center. Our center's success is not based on how much money we bring in. Our success of the Kadampa Center is based on how much people transform their attitude, their perceptions, open up their heart to every religion, every culture, every tradition, every people, every living being. If we can produce one person like that, that is our success. This is our success. So then there's therefore, all my friends here, you try, I also try every day. But of course you will fail, but don't give up. Don't give up. So, so then at least you are contributing something for the better, better world, starting from your heart, better world, starting from your heart. So people who encounter with you, they may enjoy, eventually learn that you are not going to hurt them. They feel safe. So there's something that we can do as a human. Okay. Yeah, thank you very much. Yeah, thank you. So if you wonder 8 verses thought transformation practice, then please talk to Venerable Hamu, and here many people knows. So, so then it's good, I mentioned some practice. Then you take that practice and you look at that practice and analyze and think thoroughly whether that practice will protect me or not. You can analyze. If you think, oh, this is very good, so then please accept. Don't just accept because I repeat it here and Geshe-la wrote. That's not good. Analyze, okay? Yeah, thank you. Thank you very much. Next July we'll learn how to sit like this.
Okay. In the Gold Prayer Book, please turn to page 191, and we'll recite the praises to the 21 Taras for everyone on the prayer list, and also for the three obstacles to the Light of the Path retreat, as suggested by Lama Zopa Rinpoche. From your sublime abode of the Potala, O Tara, born from the green letter Tam, your crown adorned with Amitabha, action mother of the Buddhists of the 3 times. Tara, please come with your attendants. The gods and demigods bow to your lotus feet, O Tara. You who rescue all who are destitute, to you, Mother Tara, I pay homage. Oh, my prostrate to the noble transcendent liberator. Homage, Tara, swift heroic, eyes like lightning instantaneous, sprung from opening stamens of the Lord of Theros, Juban Lotus. Homage, she whose face combines 100 autumn moons at fullest, blazing with thy rays resplendent as a 1,000-star collection. Homage, golden bloom and lotus, water-born and hand-adorning, giving effort calm austerities, patience, meditation, her sphere. Homage, crown of Tathagatas, action triumph without limit, relied on by conquerors' children, having reached every perfection. Homage, filling with tutare, whom desire direction and space, trampling with their feet the 7 worlds, able to draw forth the homage, worshipped by the all. Shaka Ani Bamamaru, honored by the host of spirits, corpses, Gandharvas, Yakshas. Homage with their tre and pe sound, destroying foes' magic diagrams. Her feet pressing left out right, blazing in a raging fireblaze. Homage to the very dreadful, destroyer of Mara's champions. She with frowning lotus visage, who is slayer of all enemies. Homage at the heart her fingers, adorn her with ritual mudra. Light may masses all excited, all directions fields adorn her. Homage, see so joyous, radiant, crown emitting garlands of love, mirthful laughing with tutare, subjugating Mara's. Homage, she able to summon all earth guardians assembly, shaking, frowning with their home sign, saving from every misfortune. Homage, crown adorned with crescent moon, anonymous, most shining. Amitabha in her hair knot, sending out much light eternal. Homage, she with wreath ablaze like eon deading, fire abiding. Rasheth weapon joy surround you, troops of enemies destroying. Homage, she who strikes the ground with her palm and with her foot beats it, scowling with the letter whom the 7 levels she does conquer. Homage, happy, virtuous, peaceful, she whose field is peace nirvana. She endowed with Om and Soha, destroyer of the great evil. Homage, she with joy surrounded, tearing foes' bodies asunder. Praises whom in knowledge mantra, arrangement of the 10 letters. Homage to Revitzi letter, of the shape of syllable, whom 5 sapping shakes his 3 worlds, Meru Mandara and homage holding in her hand the Hemric boon of Devalek form, with 5 spoken Tara and Pei, totally dispelling poison. Homage, she whom gods and their kings and the Kinnaras do honor, armored in our joyful splendor, she dispels bad dreams and conflicts. Homage, she whose 2 eyes bright with radiance of sun and full moon, with Swaisara and Tutare, she dispels severe contagion. Homage full of liberating, powered by the set of 3 natures, Justice of the spirit Yakshas, and race corpus supinture. These praises with the rule mantras and prostrations of Star 21. Turn to page 190, and we'll read the prayer of the benefits. Whoever is endowed with devotion for the goddess and recites this with supreme faith, remembering it at dawn upon waking and in the evenings, will be granted all fearlessness, will perfectly pacify all negativities, and will eliminate all unfortunate migrations. The multitudes of conquerors will quickly grant initiation. Thus endowed with this greatness, one will eventually reach the state of a Buddha. If affected by the most terrible poison, whether ingested, drunk, or from a living being, just by remembering will one be thoroughly cleansed. If this prayer is recited 2, 3, or 7 times, it will pacify all the sufferings of torments caused by spirits, fevers, and poisons, and by other beings as well. If you wish for a child, you will get a child. If you wish for wealth, you will receive wealth. All your wishes will be fulfilled, and all obstacles pacified. I turn to page let's see, 46 and 47, and we'll read the dedication prayer from Master Shantideva. May all beings everywhere, plagued by sufferings of body and mind, obtain an ocean of happiness and joy by virtue of our merits. May no living creature suffer, commit evil, or ever fall ill. May no one be afraid or belittled, with a mind weighed down by depression. May the blind see forms and the deaf hear sounds. May those whose bodies are worn with toil be restored on finding repose. May the naked find clothing, the hungry find food. May the thirsty find water and delicious drinks. May the poor find wealth, those weak with sorrow find joy. May the forlorn find hope, constant happiness, and prosperity. May there be timely rains and bountiful harvests. May all medicines be effective and wholesome prayers bear fruit. May all who are sick and ill quickly be freed from their ailments. Whatever diseases there are in the world, may they never occur again. May the frightened cease to be afraid, and those bound be freed. May the powerless find power, and may people think of benefiting each other. For as long as space remains, for as long as sentient beings remain, until then may I too remain to dispel the miseries of the world. I'll turn back to 244 and 245, and we'll read the short, long life prayers. The land encircled by snow mountains, you're the source of all happiness and good. All-powerful Chenrezig Tenzin Gyatso, please remain until samsara ends. And on the opposite page, the one who mastered his speech at a very young age, the one with great patience who received the name Avatare, the one with great precision who spread the teachings of Lama Tsongkhapa on bliss and void, Lama ornament of the yellow hat tradition, please remain until samsara ends. And then back to the other side, you uphold the subduer's moral way, who serve as a bountiful bearer of all, sustaining, preserving, and spreading Manjunath's victorious doctrine, who masterfully accomplished magnificent prayers honoring the 3 jewels, savior of myself and others, your disciples, please, please live long. And now green Tara mantras for Geshe-la and Geshe Sangpo's long, healthy, happy life, and for the safe return of Geshe-la from his trip, and so that all their Dharma wishes may be fulfilled. Om Tare tu re soha. 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 Om Tare tu re soha.
Can you bear with me 2 minutes? So I'm going to say a few mantras, okay, a few mantras. Some of them for your health, and just hearing the mantra will have some health benefit. Some of them are for your longevity. Some of them are from preventing from untimely death. Some mantras, okay. Takes only 2 minutes. Om Namo Bhagavate Aparamida Yojana Sumuni Siddhatma Ranjaya Tadangata Arahata Samyasambhati Adumbane Bane Mahabane Aparamida Punejan Somba Robasade Amazavasama Karaparechuda Damante Gangana Samkate Sambhava Bishite Mahana Parevare Soha Timijive Samantovana Timela Seva Mego Sevato Nechitapata the Chimizin to Bajo Sarakunda Seva Mego Tijin Kijasamya to Majority. Jumde Tijabana Mayanda Bazobata Jesse, Pumbasumala Chazulo Chodo Jojo, Jumde Tijabana Mayanda Bazobata Jasudo, Janasazo Chodo Chinjaloso. Dumso, Amid Ayudas, Dumso, Amid Ayudas, Dumso, Amid Ayudas, so So now please visualize bright blue light on your head, okay, on your head. So when I recite the mantras, then the 7 medicine Buddha's name, then please visualize that bright blue light fills your body and purify all the sicknesses, obstacles, increase your lifespan, experience, knowledge, realizations, like new waxing moon. Okay. 투제 공란념에 좀 내대 천사도면은 동화자 조선에 사사념에 제가 변해라 자서로 엄나무 방가와대 배가세 구르변루야 짬바라자야 따다가다야 아라하데 삼야삼 부다에 대하다 배가세 마음 배가세 라자사마가데서 엄나무 방가와대 배가세 구르변루야 짬바라자야 따다가다야 아라하데 삼야삼 부다에 대하다 배가세 마음 배가세 라자사마가데서 엄나무 방가와대 배가세 구르변루야 짬바라자야 따다가다야 아라하데 삼야삼 부다에 대하다 배가세 마음 배가세 라자사마가데서 so they're complete the medicine Buddha mantra. So now the mantra like Buddha of compassion, just hearing the mantra helps you to develop compassion. So 준비하고 공부가 조사진지 올라지 두제지 올라서 제제서 자세로 나무라다 따야 나무 아야잖아 사가라 베로잖아요 주원한자야 따다가다야 아라하데 삼야삼 부다야 때야도 아라하데 so mix up all the mantras now. 나모라타다야 나마야 전사가라 비루토네 조원한자야 따다가다야 아라하데 삼야삼 부다야 아라하데 삼야삼 나모라타다야 나마야 전사가라 비루토네 조원한다 따다가다야 아라하데 삼야삼 나마사와다가 아라하데 삼야삼 부디베 나마야 아왈로 기디샤라야 부디소다 나마야 아왈로 기디샤라야 부디소다 나마사다 나마야 아왈로 기디샤라야 so sorry, so not able to finish the mantra. So it will screw up in the mind, in the brain. So we'll recite the short one. Okay. Om mane pe me, om mane pe me, om mane pe me, om mane pe me. Oh, gewadi jinju da chile so. Duwaji jamale bati osala go bara sho. So namara na da no chora da tanda kana arate samyasam buddha na arate. Maybe I'll try one more time. The long one. Maybe not. No, not joking. So not remember. Sorry. No, sometimes that happens. Yeah. So, in July. Oh yeah, thank you.
Okay, I think there might be one or two very quick announcements, and then we'll have an opportunity to offer a kata to Geshe-la. Oh, and so there's a Q&A for if you're a newcomer and you want to learn more. And it looks like we don't have an announcement, so please come and we do have an announcement. Okay.
Hi there, I'm Susan, and this is your Did You Know message for this week. Did you know that you can give a gift in honor or memory of someone? With all the milestones that we tend to celebrate in May and June with weddings and graduations, you can make the Kadampa Center offers an easy way to make gifts in turn we'll send a special card with artwork by John Paul, who's done all this beautiful artwork you see and the stupa to your friends or loved one. Recognizing a loved one is a great way to help keep our center vibrant and add meaning to personal celebrations and to honor and remember those you care about. I'm having eye trouble today, sorry. Also, for ideas on requesting donations in lieu of gifts for your own special occasions, click on the banner on our website to read more. And as always, we thank you for your inspired generosity.
I'm Elise, and one way to start this process of practicing the 8 verses is to remember that we have a food drive throughout the month of May and June. When you're doing your grocery shopping and thinking of what you're going to buy to cook and eat, remember that there is many who are in food crisis and don't have that. So think of them, they get a little extra, and bring it here for them for the month of May and June. Also, please save the date, June 15th. We're having a work day with Habitat for Humanity. So when you're enjoying your nice warm house, think about those who don't have a good home and dedicate your thoughts to the energy of those who can come and help. Or if you have the time, please come and help us on June the 15th. There'll be more details in the future. You don't need to have a single skill. Believe me, I have no skill, but I could run and get tools for those who had the skill, or sweep the floor. That's all you need to know how to do. Thank you.
Okay, so let's see. Lama Soka Pamaj? Okay. So let's see, that's on page 245, I think, yeah. So we'll chant the praise of Lama Tsongkhapa as we offer mandalas to Geshe-la, katas. Mi me tse we te chen chen de si di me kempe wan po jampe yang gan chen kepe tsu yen song kapa lo sang da pe shabla so ade mi me te chen chen re si bi me kempe wan po jampe yang gan chen kepe su gen song kapa lo sang da pe so ade mi me te we
Thank you very much for all your support to Kadampa Center. Thank you so much for all your support to Kadampa Center. Thank you. Thank you. Wonderful teaching. Thank you. Wonderful trip. Okay, thank you. Thank you.
Have a good trip.
Oh,
Very much Dharma.
Oh, thank you. Thank you, my friend. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you. Dharma, Geshe-la. So thank you, Peter. Thank you. Yeah. Touch with email, through email. Yeah. Thank you so much. Thank you. Oh, you came like last retreat on Nolan Farm? You came to the retreat at the farm? Oh, yeah, thank you. Nice to see you again, yeah. So, hello. How are you? Thank you. Yeah. Oh, thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you, Chris. Thank you. Thank you, Chris. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah. Thank you for your card. Thank you. Thank you. Oh, thank you very much. Thank you. Oh, Heather, thank you very much. Thank you for all your volunteers. Thank you. Hello, how are you? Oh, thank you.
Thank you
Oh,
for
thank
all
you.
the lessons that
Oh,
you've
thank you.
given.
Yeah, thank you. So, thank you, Brian.
Thank you, safe travel.
Yeah, thank you. Dharma, 오, 잠배. 도저.
Geshe-la 공습해버리네.
그래, 당아 주고도 한다. 나는 이런 데 투나. 나사 부부 텐데. 어, 예. 네. Oh, very good. Thank you, Ninja. Thank you. Oh, thank you. Oh, thank you. Thank you. What's your name?
John.
John. Okay. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. Oh, Susan, thank you. Thank you. How are you?
Thank you. Good.
Uh,
How are you?
Good, yeah. John,
May your
Thank
teachings
you.
go well
oh, thank
on
you.
your trip.
Okay. Yeah.
Well, thank you,
Thank you,
so
yeah.
much. Be
Yeah,
safe.
yeah. Samula, drink some water. Thank you, Christy. Thank you.
Please
Thank
come
you.
back.
Thank you. Yeah, very good. Thank you.